I'm Tyrone, and you now tuning into the Hill Stevens podcast. Because if you ain't tuning in, I'm fucking your girl, long dick style, and that's non-negotiable.
You see, here's the thing. I was supposed to go out tonight on my day off, but I decided at the end, you know what? Let me just stay in tonight. Let me stay in. And in the process of me staying in, I decided to watch SmackDown. Yeah, I watched SmackDown tonight. As a result, you're getting a SmackDown review. This is your SmackDown review for February 5th, 2021. The post SmackDown coming out of the Royal Rumble. We are on the road to WrestleMania. Decisions are on the horizon for both Edge and Bianca Belair. Who will they face at WrestleMania? I feel like today was a cliffhanger, considering the end of SmackDown tonight. And I gotta say, overall, for me at least, right? Again, you're talking to someone that hasn't really sat down and watched an entire episode of SmackDown in God knows how long. And I gotta say, overall, I thought this show, considering this was the post Royal Rumble edition of SmackDown, we're on the road to WrestleMania, considering how atrocious Raw was, I gotta say SmackDown delivered tonight. For my liking, that is, right? I'm not saying SmackDown with this amazing show, oh my God, but I thought overall the show delivered. Again, the cliffhanger, the idea of who Edge will be facing at WrestleMania, who Bianca's facing at WrestleMania. That very good triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship between Big E, Apollo, and Sami, which you guys should go out of your way and watch, by the way. You really, really should. I thought tonight's SmackDown, again, was pretty solid, and I enjoyed it for what it was worth. But I asked you guys the same question. What were your thoughts on SmackDown tonight? Did you enjoy the show or not? Let me know. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Same goes for Instagram. You can also, again, hit the bell icon, be notified when I upload a video, and a lot of fun stuff. If you guys remember, during the Royal Rumble, I did do a Royal Rumble contest. So we're doing it again, this time for NXT TakeOver Vengeance, coming up next Sunday. I'll give more details about it on this Sunday's edition of Around the Point. So make sure, again, you are subscribed to the channel. You hit the bell icon. You are notified when this fucker uploads a video, when this fucker goes live every single Sunday. And a lot of fun stuff, all right? So we kick SmackDown off with Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the Universal Champion, who, by the way, was rocking the Jordan 11s. I saw it, yep. He's rocking the Jordan 11s. Not bad. A very, very smart choice here, if you will. And he comes out and he's talking about how Edge won the Royal Rumble and how he found it insulting that Edge is even considering facing the likes of Drew McIntyre, or hell, even going to NXT this past Wednesday like he did, and considering facing the winner of Finn Balor versus Pete Dunne, when everyone knows that the real main event, right, is Edge versus Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. So he's demanding Edge to come out to make his decision right there on the spot, to realize that Edge wasn't even there yet. Paul Heyman, you hear him saying, hey, play his music, play the pyro. I guess the tech person tells him, hey, Edge isn't here yet. And you hear Roman just shouting and screaming. He thinks this is a joke. You think I'm playing, and a lot of fun stuff. But basically, Roman is demanding Edge to, again, he has to the end of the night to make his decision, basically. And I know a lot of people out there are already coming up with ideas of who Edge will face at WrestleMania, right? There's people out there that want to see Edge versus Drew McIntyre. And yes, it will be a fun match, don't get me wrong. Just honestly, it's not my cup of tea. There's people out there, a lot of people out there coming out of Wednesday night that want to see Edge versus either Finn Balor or Pete Dunne. They'll go crazy for it. Now, I do feel with WrestleMania being 2 nights, yes, you should consider putting the NXT Championship on either night 1 or night 2 of WrestleMania and give it a little showcase, considering that, hey, NXT for a lot of people considered a third brand. NXT for WWE is their response to AEW, to give it some shine, even if Edge is not facing either Balor or Pete Dunne. I personally feel, and I guess I am in the minority here, or maybe the majority, I don't even know. But I will say this, I do feel that the bigger money is on Edge versus Roman Reigns. I know a lot of podcasters, I know a lot of YouTubers won't agree with it. Oh, no, it doesn't make sense. I think it does make a lot of sense. Just the promos back and forth. And we got like a little preview of it tonight with Roman going insane, losing his shit because Edge wasn't even there early in the night, demanding Edge to be there. You think about Edge too, right? SmackDown for so many years was his home, right? And considering, it's a belt that he never lost, even though it's not the physical title anymore that Roman is wearing, that is the belt that Edge lost. But again, there's history there, right? With Edge and SmackDown. And I think, again, the promos back and forth, like I mentioned a couple seconds ago, between Edge and Roman will be gold. Fucking gold. The build-up, oh my God. So yes, you can obviously tell by what I'm saying here that I would love to see Edge versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That is the route to go, in my opinion. But again, this is my opinion. I ask you guys down the comment thread, let me know, who do you want Edge to face at WrestleMania? Do you want it to be against Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship? Do you want to see Edge meet the winner of Pete Dunne and Finn Balor for the NXT Championship? Or, hey, do you want to see the real money fight in Edge versus Roman Reigns, the big dog as the ultimate opportunist? Comment down below. If not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven. So from there, we go to the first match of the night. We get Dominik Mysterio versus King Corbin. Now, at the Royal Rumble, Dominik Mysterio eliminated King Corbin. Prior to this, 2 weeks in a row, King Corbin got the upper hand over Dominik Mysterio. And Dominik and Ray are coming out to the ring, and King Corbin attack both men. We get the match. And somewhere in this match, Ray, I guess, makes it a full recovery. He goes under the ring. And while Corbin is trying to get back in the ring, Ray, from under the ring, is grabbing King Corbin's leg, which causes Dominik to hit the 619, then a frog splash for the 1-2-3. And after all the bullshit, Dominik Mysterio finally has a win over King Corbin. Now, I said this on Twitter, and I'm going to say this again. If you follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, I've been saying this for a while. Ever since Dominik has made his way to the main roster, right? Despite how you may want to feel about it, what have you, but I'm going to say it again. I personally feel, yes, Dominik Mysterio is a young prospect for WWE. No denying that, okay? But can we please send this kid to NXT? Seriously, can we please send this kid who's in his early 20s, right, has a whole potential that hasn't been tapped in yet, that you know is going to happen? But can you please send this kid to Wednesday nights? Even that, you know what, I did say also, hey, the idea of putting Dominik Mysterio with Legado de Fantasma, right? You want to make that faction a big deal? Put him with Legado de Fantasma, Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and the other guy whose name I forgot right now, but it is what it is, okay? Raul Mendoza, there you go, okay? Even if you don't put him with that group, and it'll help the group, I think, the idea of putting the son of a legendary wrestler in Rey Mysterio, right? All that stuff. But even if you don't, and you put Dominik in NXT, and hey, he wants to go after the Cruiserweight title, a title that his father held, and he can be the first father and son duo to hold on to the Cruiserweight title since Chavo Jr. and Chavo Classic, I'm all for that too. I'm all for it. But I do think in the long run, him spending some valuable time in NXT will benefit Dominik in the long run as his time in WWE. It's not a knock on him. The kid has potential. Like I mentioned, yes, he can wear all this outlandish clothing, what have you, but I do feel, again, he has more to give, I feel, right now in NXT than on SmackDown. That's just my opinion, okay? It is what it is. If you disagree with me on that, that's fine. But that's just my humble point of view, okay? Comment down below your thoughts on that as well. From there, we get Bayley versus Ruby Riott. Yeah, just a match that was there. Yeah, Billy Kay at ringside doing commentary. Yeah, Liv Morgan also at ringside supporting Ruby Riott. And this match, it was a short match. Nothing to go crazy about here, okay? I think on SmackDown last Friday, Bianca Belair beat Bayley, something like that. I think also she eliminated Bayley from the Royal Rumble. So there's that as well. So basically, somewhere in this match, Bayley locks in the submission hold on Ruby Riott. And Billy Kay decides to come out. She decides to come out and she decides to push the rope forward, but it's a distraction. This caused Ruby the match against Bayley with the 1, 2, 3, and it was over with. So there's that. And again, I don't know where they're going with this. I have no clue, but it just feels random as fuck to me at this point in juncture. Also in the show, I didn't mention this earlier, but this happened before this match. We had Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro, which I thought honestly was a short match. But for what it was worth, it was fine. Now, it was reported today that Cesaro re-signed with WWE. He signed a new deal. There was talks that his deal was expiring after WrestleMania, and it turns out he signed a new deal. Now, when this news broke out, I've seen a lot of dorks. And again, when I say the word dork, I mean that with love, okay? But I've seen a lot of you dorks on the internet complain and moan and cry. I've seen YouTubers that I watch and podcasters that I listen give their point of view as well, what have you. But there was one tweet from your boy, if you will, that he apparently deleted. The old tweet and delete, if you will, the old good old tweet and delete. I have it here. I saved this. I need to read this out loud. Okay, just to basically get out there what I'm trying to say here, okay? End quote. And again, I'm not trying to knock anybody here. I'm not. But I just think it's stupid as shit, if you will. End quote. God damn it, I give up. I'm done with everything. Cesaro signed a new contract with WWE weeks ago. The details of his contract are unknown, but apparently it's the reason behind his recent push on SmackDown. The line "I give up" is so fucking stupid. It's so fucking dumb to write "I give up." Give up on what, dude? What are you giving up on? To the point that the tweet's gone. Now listen, I get it. There's a lot of you out there that were hoping and praying that Cesaro would leave WWE, right? Leave the quote-unquote hellhole, right? Satan's, the whole devil's playground and shit, and go on to the promised land, right? That's the vibe now within the community. WWE is hell, but everyone else is heaven. It's the fucking is paradise, if you will, right? It's wrestling paradise. See what I did there, right? It's fucking amazing, right? But WWE is the fucking devil and shit. I hate that mentality from fans. I really, really do. Now listen, I get it as well. Think of the possible matches that Cesaro or Claudio Castagnoli would have had he not re-signed the new deal with WWE and left for the independents, what have you, right? Think about it. The endless matches he could have had in AEW. I know a lot of you dorks would love to see Cesaro or Claudio Castagnoli in All Elite Wrestling. You guys would lose your minds, would go crazy when they post the fucking banner, like little graphic that they post every time they sign someone. Claudio Castagnoli is All Elite. You all will lose your fucking minds about it. You guys will have a fucking orgasm, right? And think of the matches you could have over there with the likes of a Cody, a Darby Allin, or Trevor, right? Or Will Hobbs, or Brian Cage, or a Kenny Omega, right? Oh my God, Cesaro and Kenny Omega. Right? Now, if it was up to me, I'd have him go to New Japan once this whole pandemic is over, right? Think of the likes of the match he could have had in New Japan, right? It's Claudio Castagnoli versus Okada. Castagnoli versus Tetsuya Naito. Ishii, Tomohiro Ishii, like I just mentioned right now, right? Hiroki Goto, Sonata, Evil, Jay White, right? The list goes on. The list goes fucking on. But at the same time, you got to think about this too. Cesaro is up there in age. How old is Cesaro? I'm curious on this one right now. How old is Cesaro? I really want to know. How old is he right now? I know he's probably in his 40s. Okay, he's 40 years old, okay? Cesaro is 40. Dude is no longer a spring chicken, okay? At his age, do you really want him to go to AEW and New Japan where he's going to kill himself wrestling that style like he was prior to signing to WWE many, many years ago? Cesaro made a smart move, in my opinion. And you may think, oh, this is me being WWE fanboy. No, it's not. It's me being brutally honest here. Money or no money, it is what it is. I think Cesaro made the smart decision. And considering also that he is part of Up, Up, Down, Down too. So he's getting cut of that money as well. Had he gone elsewhere, that would be over with already. But I do think, again, Cesaro staying with WWE is a smart move. And again, think about this too, okay? Had he gone to AEW, have you not seen what they've done with almost every former WWE guy that they brought over there? With the exception of Cody, Moxley, or Jericho, everyone else been a bust. Come on, think about it, right? Have you seen Miro right now? Everyone apparently all of a sudden is saying, oh, Miro is a fucking amazing thing right now in AEW. He's been the best man of fucking Kip Sabian. Come on, because they're both fucking gamers. But that gimmick, oh my God, is better than Rusev. Give me a fucking break. And again, you may think I'm hating on AEW, but I'm not. But when I see bullshit, I will call it out. That's all I'm saying. But this whole line of I give up is just so fucking stupid. And if I seen you in person, bruh, I would give you a fucking noogie Uncle Ted style. Because you've earned that. Then you can give up after that. But it is what it is. But Cesaro had a match with Daniel Bryan. A short match, didn't go long. There was a moment in this match where Cesaro was bleeding from the side of his head. I think it was from one of the yes kicks. And eventually, Cesaro locked in the sharpshooter. It made Bryan tap out in the middle of the ring. He taps out, and people were in shock. Oh my God, it's a win. Can't believe this happened. It reminds me a lot back in like 2014 when Cesaro beat Randy Orton. And when it happened, he beat him clean in the middle of the ring. And just that reaction at that time was kind of the same here. And listen, back to Cesaro staying with WWE and all that stuff real quick. Listen, I know there's also that whole concern, and I know I didn't mention this seconds ago, but I'm going to mention it right now. The concern of, hey, Cesaro signs a new deal, and they can fuck him over. And that's a possibility as well. That's a possibility. Look at the Good Brothers, right? Where they promised a 5-year deal, and then they got cut because of the pandemic. That's a possibility as well. Just keep that in mind. But if it happens, it happens. But you know what, though, bruh? At the end of the day, this was Cesaro's choice. So there's that. Keep that in mind. Now, hopefully this push continues forward. Maybe he wins the championship. Maybe the Intercontinental Championship. I would love to see Cesaro versus Big E. Why the fuck not? If you're not going to do Cesaro versus Roman, which you could do down the road, right? If Roman is still champ and you want to feed bodies to Roman, I suppose you can, right? Also, during the match, you had Shinsuke Nakamura watching off a monitor. So there's that too. But we'll see. We'll see. So from there, after that, I did mention already the women's match. We had backstage Bianca Belair, I guess, being interviewed by Kayla Braxton, what have you. They showed a clip from her parents watching the Rumble and their reaction. I thought it was cool, awesome. There's a clip where her father busts his ass off the couch, but that was funny, but it is what it is, okay? So there's that. From there, we get to Bianca Belair coming out to the ring. As you know, she won the Women's Rumble, and she's talking about who she could face, right? At WrestleMania between Asuka and Sasha Banks. Then out comes Reginald. Reginald comes out, talks about how, she's going to lose. How she, again, should go after Raw, Asuka that is, but she'll lose and all that stuff, right? Hyping up Carmella, right? The sommelier. And then out comes Sasha Banks. Carmella was there too. And Banks was just putting over Bianca Belair, right? How she all this amazing stuff, right? But she's not the best right now. And she laughed. But there's that mutual respect, but then Reginald chimed in, got his ass kicked, and that was the segment. Now listen, yes, it's obvious that they're doing Bianca and Sasha. I've heard people on Twitter saying, main event WrestleMania. Calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. All of you. Calm the fuck down. It will be an amazing match. Don't get me wrong. But we need to calm the fuck down in this idea, this should be the main event. Maybe. I mean, again, WrestleMania is 2 nights. Keep that in mind. But we'll see what happens. But again, this idea, it's a main event is, just calm the fuck down, people. I will say this too. Sasha needs to be a heel if they're going to do this match. That's just my opinion too. Again, I'll like it. It'll be awesome. All the fuck you want. But I think Sasha should be the heel. And again, the main event, I don't know. But we'll see. From there, we get Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode versus Otis and Chad Gable. Non-title match. You had, I guess, the Street Profits doing a live commentary / reaction to the match for what it was worth. It was entertaining. It was funny, if you will. Yes, at times they can get annoying. I get that too. But eventually it was all said and done. You had Ziggler and Robert Roode get the win. And it's a victory for the Dirty Dogs after Robert Roode hit the glorious DDT on Chad Gable. So they're going with the name the Dirty Dogs. I don't know about that name. I don't know. But it is what it is. Hey, whatever. From there, we get Big E versus Apollo Crews versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. This match, in my opinion, was good. Really, really was. All the near falls here. There's a moment in the match where Big E does a splash off the apron to Sami, I think it was. And then he gets taken out by Apollo. And then Apollo brings Sami back into the ring, does a frog splash. Gets a good near fall. A good fucking near fall. It was crazy. Biggie did a double splash to both Sami and Apollo as well. Again, just a good back and forth from all 3 guys here, okay? For what it was worth. But when it was all said and done, Big E retained the Intercontinental Championship. And you see this look on Apollo's face because, again, he got pinned. He got hit with the big ending. This look of this disappointment, right? Just another loss to Big E here by Apollo. And you see Big E just shouting to the camera, right? I think it was the Sami Zayn, but more to the camera. But I don't know. Are they going to continue this program with Apollo and Big E? Right, because last time I checked, and again, I caught the clips here from SmackDown once in a while, right? I always thought that, hey, Apollo is getting advice from Paul Heyman and Roman, right? Maybe at the next pay-per-view they do another match, right? I think there you can, or maybe can you push the idea of Big E and Apollo to WrestleMania? Is that a match that people want to see at WrestleMania? I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But again, for what it was worth, it was a very good match by all three guys here. Again, go out of your way and watch that match, if anything, all right? You find out later in the night that Edge finally arrives. And you see him walking backstage. He's pounding it with Sonya Deville. He's talking to Shinsuke Nakamura, right? He makes his way. And again, he talks about the endless possibility that he can go, right, for WrestleMania. It could be Drew McIntyre. It could be Finn Balor. If Finn Balor beats Pete Dunne at TakeOver Vengeance coming up in literally next Sunday. And then maybe Roman Reigns. They talk about how SmackDown, like I mentioned earlier, was his home for all these years, right? How the World Heavyweight title, which is not a belt that they use anymore, a title that he never lost, right? And that ate him alive this whole time, right? Always thinking about that. And then out comes Roman Reigns wanting a decision. And it's funny because Roman comes out with Jey Uso and Paul Heyman. And it looks like they're going to attack him, right? They try to surround the ring almost type of thing. And then Roman he tells Jey to go back to the bus, if you will. And again, he wants Roman to make his decision right. He wants Edge, to make his decision right there on the spot to choose Roman Reigns. He wants Edge to acknowledge Roman as the main event of WrestleMania. Think about it. He'd been telling Jey Uso for months. He'd been telling Roman to acknowledge, about Kevin Owens, right? To acknowledge Roman as the tribal chief at the head of the table, but he wants Edge to acknowledge him, right? Roman Reigns as the main event of WrestleMania. And before he could even say anything, Kevin Owens turns around, comes from behind, turns Roman around, and stuns him and leaves the ring. And that's how they end SmackDown. With, again, there's no answer, right? But you kind of assume where they're going with things. Again, I know a lot of people out there that would love to see Drew McIntyre versus Edge. That's fine. There's a lot of you dorks out there that would fucking have an orgasm for Finn Balor and Edge, or Edge versus Pete Dunne, whatever route they want to go. Yes, on paper it'll be fucking amazing. I'm sure for both Finn Balor and Pete Dunne, that's a big profile match, if you will. I do think that the NXT Championship could be a match on WrestleMania, either night 1 or night 2, right? But I do think, again, the money match is between Edge and Roman Reigns. 100%. We're going to get there, though, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have Edge at Raw this Monday, having another confrontation with Drew McIntyre or something like. Again, I know Drew got attacked by Sheamus on Monday, so we'll see where that goes as well. I'm pretty sure Edge will be at TakeOver, right, next Sunday, but we'll see with that too. But again, I did enjoy SmackDown for what it was worth. Go back and watch that triple threat match between Big E, Sami, and Apollo for the Intercontinental Championship. And we'll see what's going to happen with Edge and Sasha Banks and all that stuff. All right. But again, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon. Be notified when I go live, like I will this Sunday on Around the Point. Like when I upload a video, like I'm doing right now. I'm recording this. I'm going to put it through the Filmora and edit it out and put it up to YouTube and all that fun stuff. But you'll be notified when I upload and go live. That's simple. That fucking simple, people. Holy shit. And as always, guys, hate, comment, and subscribe. I will be doing another contest giveaway for TakeOver Vengeance coming up. More details on that this Sunday on Around the Point. So until next time, guys, I am Steve, and this has been another installment of Around the Point. Peace out, everyone.